Hi, how are you doing? Hope everyone's okay. If you did see the last video and you were expecting to see the link for the self-defense course, don't worry. I will be getting put on there. I'm migrating. I think that's the word that they used. The domain name from one format to the other, or one platform to the other. I had being having the self-defense course put out there and marketing it and everything a few years ago, but then I moved the platform over to another platform. Can't think of the word now. Began with a big K, but I couldn't use it. I just found it too hard to learn how to use it. I didn't have enough time to be studying it, and it just seemed more and more complicated the more I got into it. But I had moved I had migrated the domain name from one account to the other account, and this one that begins with a K. Can't think what it's called, but anyway. So and I've migrated it back now, but apparently it takes about 48 hours. Normally, when I've ever done that, when I've been using the where you buy them, like GoDaddy or Namecheap or people like that, it usually takes a few minutes. But this one, probably because it's already been taken out and given to another platform, it's taken a while to do it. So I don't want to put in like horrible big long links, that look disgusting and loads of numbers and letters and everything like that. It just takes up half the page to be a link instead of having your domain name, which is just aceselfdefense.com. So once I've got that sorted, I'll put that in that link in there, and I'll put the other links in all the time now, so you can go on. Now I'm pretty sure I've checked it out. I went in, had a look at the videos and everything. And if you go in there, you can just create an account. It's free. Just go in, create it, and then it's yours. You can watch it. And I've had it up there for ages now anyway. So I'll just stay there so you can use all the techniques, learn it all, keep watching the videos time and time again. So go into it. Once you actually go into it's just to create your account. Then what do you call it? When you do the star on the side, bookmark it. That's it. So bookmark that page so you can keep going back to it, for when you want to learn and watch, and then you can just take your time and watch all of the videos. It is quite an in-depth one. Starts off with a lot of like psychology, talking about how your body functions, how your mind functions, etc., etc. So very interesting stuff. All right, but don't panic. It is going to go on there. I didn't expect it to take as long. I've never ever done it moving away from one platform to the other. I've always just took it from like GoDaddy or Namecheap, and it's just, well, maybe not automatically, but done it very quickly. Whereas this one, even hours later, it still hadn't moved. So I'll check it later on again today. So, and we plow on with the circus and with the pantomime. Now, fair enough, it's like, coming up to December, and we're getting into he's behind you. No, he isn't. But I mean, this pantomime is getting absolutely ridiculous now. And you have to stop taking part. All right. So like, it's never ending. So now they're actually planning on all these things that they're going to be doing to you. But at the same time, they're going to stick in the World Cup, which is in the middle of like the football season. Did you ever think about that? So you've got all of these football teams, and the top league in the world is the Premier League in England. So it doesn't matter whereabouts in the world that you live, right? You might be playing for Argentina, Brazil, Japan, right? But if you that quality of a player, then you're going to be in either the Premier League or the Bundesliga, or I think it's called Series A in Italy, and something else in France, La Liga or something. All right, but in then top. All right, so you're going to be in the European leagues, and you're going to be in the middle of your season. And a lot of these teams, right, I know for a fact, like in the Premiership, they want to win that title. And if they lose that title, that can cost them billions and billions. So that's very weird that they'll put the World Cup and send all those players off there so that they could get injured, easily injured, to stop them playing for like the rest of the season. I'm not into football. When I was like growing up, in Newcastle, then I would go and watch Newcastle at that time and traveled all over the country watching them. But I've never, a complete and utter like supporter or whatever it is. But ever since they went and took a knee somewhere, I've never watched. I never watched any other football games anyway. I would only follow them. I've never even looked at scores or what they're doing, and that's it. Since they they took the knee without a thought about what that meant, okay, and joining in the circus. And it's all a circus anyway, okay. They want you to be watching the football or soccer, whatever you want to call it. They want you to be watching the rugby. They want you to be watching. I'm an idiot. Keep me in there, all right. Like old Matty boy doing whatever they're doing. I don't really know. I would never watch that either. But that's what they want you to do. And so, like, look at the Colosseum. We're getting ruled by the Roman Empire. We're getting played by the Roman Empire, bred in the circus. So the Colosseum, it's exactly the same shape as all of these like huge big places where they're playing these World Cup games, or even when they're going home and going into their own grounds. It's just to keep you preoccupied, not paying attention while they get ready for the next reset, which is going to happen, and it's going to happen at the speed of light because no one's paying attention. Now, the thing is that you've got like these groups even that say that they say awake, right? Which is a funeral that you go to when someone's died. We should be having one. So unfortunately, one little doggy just died. Wasn't ours. It was Janine's dad's. But anyway, these people that say that they're awake or aware or whatever it is, and they are so that are in these groups, they're so busy, right, trying to like hurt each other that they're not paying attention or trying to help what they should be trying to help these people from getting ready for what's going to happen. And it's there's nothing can stop this. And I'm not on about the other side. If you've ever looked at these the white hats and the black hats and all of this, and they're saying, "Oh, nothing can stop what's." Yeah, they're right. They're telling you the truth. Nothing can stop what's happening, and you can't stop it because you're not paying attention. And the speed that we are flying into a digital era, it's going to be a reset, complete and utter reset. So just get used to it and get ready for trying to survive. So the population is going to be a lot lower than what it was this year and last year and a couple of years ago, right? And these people are still, the ones that are like flocking the sheep to the toxins. So they're all going to be disappearing like rapidly, which is only going to leave the ones that didn't take it. But then they're going to be hounding you, even more, because it's all about 100% control. So if all you got to do is like even go back 20 odd years and listen to David Icke, and he was telling you then, and no one's paying any attention or enough attention to like get ready for it. So there is only one way that you're going to be able to help yourself at all, or help your family, or help your pets. So that's all they're on board about is us two and then dogs, and that's it. So we've completely and utterly blocked off everything now, like comments wise, email wise, message wise, anything wise, all gone, boom, done, dusted. So you can listen or not listen, but I'm certainly not going to get into debates about how you want to get locked up in a FEMA camp. But the only way that you're actually going to get out of anything is by developing the skills that you already have, and you do have them, be it like, knowing about health, fitness, an alternative sort of like either medicine or treatment, be it like, what do you call it, holistic medicines or treatments, and what do you call it when rub the feet, reflexology, or meditation, anything like that you do, any spirituality work. There's all these different skills that you can be marketing to a bigger audience by doing it correctly. And if you don't know how to actually set the basis of that up, then you're gonna, it is a lot to learn. So I mentioned it before, like a few years ago, 2019, it was January actually, 2019, just after the 2018 Christmas. I remember like that period, Still no tree, still no nonsense. But right, and watching that guy who's called Russell Brunson from ClickFunnels, very clever, very successful, but also surrounded by hugely clever people. So I went to Nashville for a big conference and learning all this stuff, which I've been following for about 5-6 years before that anyway. And trying to learn these things on how to use these. I'm still not brilliant with the technical side and still make a few mistakes and everything, but like on the systems, on the marketing side, I was getting better and better. And I am going to pass all that on to everyone to give them a chance of getting out, and it's going to be totally free. I'm not going to charge anything for it. I'm going to exactly the same as what I've just done with the self-defense course. You can go in, create an account, and away you go. And I will never send you an email from it, right, or anything like that. It's just in there, and you'll never be offered an upgrade. You will never be offered a now try and do this, now try and do that, now will you get a black belt, and you'll never hear from me. Okay, but it's in there, right, doing that self-defense course if you wish. And exactly the same thing if you want to do on, I don't know what you'll call the course, but it's like, let's just say, escape the matrix session. Okay, same thing. Go on there, you'll create your account, you'll go in, and I'll put the information in there on how to get this, how to develop this marketing business to be able to send out your skills that you have, be it like the spiritual side or on the health side or whatever it is, even selling products, like pens or little pigs, is that a pig? Yeah, it's a pig. Yeah, so like and that will be going out for you. But stop getting involved in the bickering and the backstabbing and the slagging off and the matches, and don't even watch the videos, right? Don't watch or get involved in it whatsoever, because that is just as big a distraction. Now, what's the name of that thing? Is it Balenciaga? Is that the name of them? That had all the paedophilia that was going on for the marketing with children, like on their advertising for their campaigns, the ones that Kim Kardashian, the old KK, not Kevin Keegan. And now she's saying, like, I should forgive them now because they took the picture down, and I will forgive them. All they're doing is showing you how they've been running things for thousands of years. By the way, this isn't like a new thing. This is how the system has always run. It is what it is. They're just showing you more and more and more. So, but when you're listening and getting distracted by that, and then you have like Kanye, like whatever his name is, he's saying his little bit, it's still just a distraction, all right, to make you pay attention over there, or watch this, like, these big high names, and you listen to, or, like Mr. T is going to do this and that, and they're not going to do naff all, because they're all on the same side, they're all doing the same thing, they're all paid by the same people, and it's a distraction to you, along with the football or the soccer, whatever you want to call it, and the World Cup, and like, or the rugby. I think they're doing the same with the rugby, are they? All at the same time, because there's a massive, massive crash and a reset happening any day. And nobody knows, I can't tell you, but we can see it coming. And I'm listening to like people in the investment markets and gold markets, and even on the crypto side, and a lot of them saying it's so imminent that that they could literally press the button now. So you got to start preparing yourself one way or the other, and you just try your best to do things, but get away from like all of the circus. Get away from the pantomime. Okay, stop like joining in their distraction. It's like Pinocchio, when they're letting them the boys get drunk and smoke the cigars and go on the fun rides and play pool and do all those things when they're not paying attention to them, turning them into donkeys, all right, at the back room. Well, they're turning you into donkeys because that you're watching the football or the soccer or the World Cup rugby or the tennis or whatever it will be, and all this circus, bread and circus, all right. They used to give away alcohol at the Colosseum. Like they used to have all, let's say, bread and circus, but it was food. So they would have food and they would have wine, loads of alcohol that they'll be like giving away at the Colosseum to keep them all drunk. And they called them the mob. All right. So, the mob would keep the mob quiet. So, as long as they're just watching everybody killing each other on there or they're racing around, it's the same thing. All right. And if you partake in, like KK, not Kevin Keegan, and talking about like how she's still going to wear like, the paedophile clothes. All right. Which is what they are. If that's how they've been advertising them, there's no forgiveness. Or, you know what I mean? Some idiot in the jungle who's like responsible for the deaths of hundreds of thousands of elderly people or any people, and still is really, because like there's people dying left, right, and center. They all died suddenly, and we don't know why. So shut up and get on with it. Nothing to see here, gentlemen. All right. So watching all of that circus, or like you're getting involved and listening to all of the blah blah blah. Okay. And all the nonsense that these people want to get themselves involved with, right? Because like that is just running full speed ahead into oblivion, the digital ID, where you're going to crash all of your bank accounts. They're going to sit there with the digital currency that'll be switched off if you're a naughty boy, naughty girl, right? And they're sprinting towards you and they're dragging you with them if you get involved with them, okay? So this fantastic system that's supposed to be all brilliant and brilliant and brilliant is there to hang you all, right? And the biggest reset that's ever been is on its way. It is the fourth revolution. So did you notice Schwabby Bobby and all of his pals? And they were all standing there giving it what for. Did you notice that picture behind? Now, it might be in all nice funny colours, but have a look at it and see what you see. Have a really good look at what that is and who else used to wear stuff like that and what they did and what is happening again. It's not even that long ago, and we're helping them. All right. Well, I'm not, but a lot of people are helping them, and the ones that you were supposed to be on the ones that are on the good side and the opposite side and trying to help people and make people aware and protecting them. And it isn't, and that's why I'm just out of everything. Just like, you can listen or not listen and do what you want to do and not what you want to do, because like, it's all going to happen anyway, because there's too many people that's going to allow it to happen. And then the ones that maybe like, start like putting up some kind of resistance, it's going to be literally, it's going to be like the little kid putting his finger in the dike to stop the flood in Amsterdam. I know it's not real, but but it is. It's going to be like trying to stop a tidal wave by putting your hands up against it. So you best start getting some work done now and starting to figure out ways of lifting yourself up, because the if you stay on that level, or they are literally going to destroy the middle class. So all of us that are below the middle class, right, are just going to completely disappear. Either that, or it's going to be, you're going to be looking at Charles Dickens films, saying, please, sir, can I have some more, with jealousy, because they're looking better off. So, pull your finger out, get away from the pantomime, get away from the nonsense. You've got to get away from it all and start trying to look after yourself and not listening to all of this nonsense, no matter where it's coming from. Because I'm telling you now, right, there's no heroes running over the hills on white horses come to help you. No one's come to help you. It is within, and it's just not. And you got to get into it sort of like spiritually and get into it through your heart, right, and connect into source, no matter what happens, because that's the only salvation that you're going to find. On a spiritual level, but also on this level where you end up with what's going on. So start having a look at ways that you can try and lift yourself up off that bottom rung and start to make some more money to hopefully, right, get out of, the only way to get out of the matrix is to climb above it. It's like that, right? The big pit, okay? And it's all slidey mud, but then when there's people there, you've got to try and climb on top of the people to move out. Doesn't mean you have to hurt them, right? But that film, can't remember, was like about like the young kiddie that was doing fake checks, something about running away, and apparently a true story. And his dad used to talk about the mouse that was running around in the milk until he churned it to butter and climbed out. So what you have to do is try to churn it into butter to climb out, or else you're going to get stuck at the bottom rung of the matrix, okay, where all of the pantomime will continue. And if you don't get away from the pantomime, be it like these YouTube videos from these truth people that are telling you anything but the truth, to watching, you know, the World Cup, or Balenciaga and KK, who's not Kevin Keegan, and Mr. West, who's not Batman. Show me age a bit there, I know. But, you know, you've got to get away from it all and stop doing it and start moving into it and more, getting inside of your own head and inside of your own heart, get into the meditation, all right, and like clearing up your own mess, and then look at ways of climbing out of the cesspool that they've put us all in. So hopefully I'll have a look when I'm finished, and I'll see if it's moved over anyway, that link for the self-defense. We might all need it. But then as soon as I've started to get the bits put together for the course on the marketing, the business side, which will be like the online, then you know, I'll be putting that up as well, and you can learn all of that, everything for free, and there's no strings attached, there's no upgrades, there's no extras, there's nothing. You go, you watch it, you learn it, you take it or you leave it. All right, so I've got a lot of work to do now. I've got other stuff to do, still looking after the little dogs. I've got to go try and find a way to stop her falling over, the old one. Right, so she's her teeth are better now, her mouth's better. Had massive surgery on it, but she's like flying away with her, looking a lot better. Her eyes are brighter, but it's not helping her legs, her back legs especially. So we're going to go and see if we can find a support that she can wear to help her go out walking. Not far, she'll not walk far, but as long as she doesn't keep falling over, which she is unfortunately at the minute. But anyway, you take care, and as soon as I get more news on the link for the self-defense, hopefully today that'll be sorted, and I will be working on that little sort of like online business course as well, to help people if they want to climb up out of the cesspool that we're all going to end up in, because no one's paying any attention. We're all too busy watching KK and all the rest. All right, see you in a bit.